Howdy folks, Sharpie Point here. Today I'm going to talk to you about how to cool off multiple liquids and oxygen not included. Here I have 3 chambers set up. This is crude oil, water, and polluted water. The crude oil itself we're using to cool rooms, equipment, and grow food. The water itself we're cooling from a geyser to be fed to our actual base and to grow food. The polluted water itself we're being used to grow the pinch of pepper plants. So that's going to be heated up. And it's all done by this automation that's down below. So let's go to the automation overlay. In the automation overlay, you'll see this thermal sensor here is then first connected to our liquid pump. This liquid pump signal is then fed into this filter gate. And what a filter gate does is it's actually set at a time of 10 seconds. It stays in a standby mode or off signal for a short period of time. In this case, 10 seconds. Before it eventually activates this liquid shutoff valve. Also, this signal here is then fed into a buffer gate. The buffer gate is also set at 5 seconds. Now what this buffer gate here is for is in case this thermal sensor does what's called a short cycle or on and off very quickly, the system won't activate because this buffer gate needs at least 5 seconds to pass. After that, the signal is then fed into a NOT gate. A NOT gate just flips the signal from an off to an on or an on to an off. And then that signal then is fed into this AND gate. This AND gate is then connected to our liquid pump in the water. So, as long as both conditions are true, in this case they are, our liquid pump in water will activate. If this sensor here activates, it'll turn off this pump in the water and activate this pump in the oil. So that's what the purpose of these gates here for. So when that happens, this AND gate is no longer true. So what that's doing is prioritizing the cooling process of oil over the water. Now this AND gate's output is also fed into another AND gate. What this AND gate does is it actually connects to 2 more shutoff valves. If this thermal sensor here is active, and this thermal sensor here is active, this AND gate will send out a positive signal and activate this shutoff valve and close this shutoff valve. And that's done through this NOT gate. So our sensors here are detecting we're going to keep crude oil at 20 degrees Fahrenheit. We're going to keep our water at 70 degrees Fahrenheit. And if the water that's pumped in is too hot, meaning over 85 degrees, it'll activate this sensor. So now that we know how the automation is working, let's go to the plumbing overlay. In our plumbing overlay, we'll see that this water connection here feeds down into both inputs of these shutoff valves. Now, depending upon which sensor is activated, as to which shutoff valve we actually have on or we have off. If both of these are on, water flow will flow this way, and we'll use both thermal aqua tuners. If this valve here is shut off, we're only going to use one thermal aqua tuner. So our automation overlay only shows this valve here on. So we're only using one thermal aqua tuner. So let's go ahead and turn everything on and see how things go. There you can see our water's coming in at roughly about 70 degrees. And it leaves in at 45 degrees. Now, since each thermal aqua tuner removes 25 degrees from whatever it's cooling, we can only cool water down to so far before it freezes. Water itself has a freezing point of 30.8 degrees Fahrenheit. So if we actually used both of those, meaning we had them both turned on, from 70 degrees minus 50 would put it at 20 degrees. And that water would actually be frozen, which would eventually destroy your pipes. So by this automation here, we're only using one thermal aqua tuner. So the heat produced by the aqua tuners heats up our polluted water. Our polluted water is then just fed out through and supplies the rest, whatever we decide to use it with. Also, you'll see this another hydro switch. What this hydro switch is to make sure that these two thermal aqua tuners are submerged in polluted water. If they're not, it won't allow the aqua tuners to operate. So it's a safety, so that these two pieces of equipment don't destroy themselves. Now this is an overall view of how to cool multiple liquids using automation. Automation controls the flow of which liquid's being cooled at one time, and to better help you in the future. Until next time, thank you for watching. Take care of yourselves and each other.